안녕하세요. 요즘 IB가 화제의 주제인데요. 고교 학점제가 실시되는 지금부터 학생들에게 있어서 IB 프로그램의 자기 주도적인 학습, 토론 수업, 그리고 라이팅, 그러니까 영작문의 심화 과정이 학생들 실력을 강화시키는 데 있어서 큰 도움이 될 거라고 생각합니다. KNS 학원의 끼바 선생님을 모시고 IB 프로그램에 대해서 몇 가지 질문을 드리도록 할게요. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
So, what is this IB curriculum that everyone is talking about? I heard that KNS Academy offers IB programs since last year. Can you tell me what it's about?
Sure, of course. So it's part of a curriculum of the International Baccalaureate, which was founded in Geneva in Switzerland in 1968. So what we try to do is empower the capabilities of students to be able to write essays upwards of 2,000 words for university and academic writing, as well as critical analysis skills, which are really important.
Excellent. So what kind of subjects are actually discussed in IB classes? Is it all the same materials or same textbooks?
Yes, so it is divided by grades. So our students that are aged between 9 and 10, they are studying the Our World series books, and that's from the National Geographic. Then for our students in 5th and 6th grade, aged between 11 and 12, they're studying books from the middle years programs. So they are Language and Literature 2, English 2, and Individuals and Societies.
So what are the main subjects and discussions that students are actually learning in the Our World book series?
We cover so many different things, impossible to talk about them all here today, but we look at sustainable development, especially for our older classes, and that covers things like urban development over time, being a global citizen, the United Nations programs to help climate change, things like that. We also focus on anthropology, zoology for our younger kids, they really enjoy that, water pollution, things like that, music, the list goes on and on.
I see. Oh, the diverse areas of interest are really exciting. Do the students really enjoy them? How do those actual curriculums help young students grow their language skills as well as their writing or their critical thinking skills?
We focus on critical analysis mainly, especially in getting our older, more advanced 5th and 6th grade students to think about our topic seriously. For example, we often do projects. We studied water pollution last semester where they had to focus on freshwater pollution in the Pacific Ocean, the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. We studied that. They then make posters and they present them to the class, making sure that they're able to discuss what they have learned.
Wow, it sounds really amazing. I'm sure the students are really enjoying their classes and their projects together because they're making posters and they're actually doing presentations in the class with other students. How about the 5th and 6th grade students? What do they study with the IB curriculum?
So for the 6th grade students, we're focusing more at the moment on literature. So we're currently looking at historical fiction. Generally, those textbooks include things like poems, breaking down different types of text, which they can find difficult, but they really develop their skills after things like that.
Okay, I didn't realize that IB curriculum offers so many different areas or so many different genres of studies. How do the students actually learn these materials in class times?
Yes, so for example, in my IB의 A class, we are studying language and literature, and we're focusing on historical fiction. Last week, we studied female protagonists, especially in historical fiction genre, and initially they really struggled to discuss who they know and in what stories they are told. But then after we studied the topics of it and they had to research for homework, which is a very important skill, they developed their understanding greatly.
Wow, I see. So it actually helps the students build up their knowledge from not just from textbook materials, but they actually get to do their research on their own and they actually make an output from that research and their process of writing as well? That sounds amazing. Okay, could you tell me a little bit more about the individuals and societies class?
Yeah, so the individuals in society really focuses on getting our students to understand themselves as part of modern society. So in doing that, we obviously take a historical look. So we look at different significant societies in the past, such as the Inca civilization, Greeks and Romans. And then we also focus towards the end of their 6 units on UN goals, being a global citizen. And that looks at like how they live in Seoul, how Seoul has changed over time, and then how they look at that in different countries across the world.
So we just talked about the IB programs here at KNS. What about the writing program? Do students actually get to write essays or do they write only the materials that are offered in their textbooks?
Of course, so writing is a really important skill, especially if they're looking to further their English education. So we focus strongly on writing. We try to tie it into their IB subjects. All students in KNS will complete at least 2 essays every semester.
Wow. Wow.
We focus on opinion essays for final tests. That's really important that they're able to discuss their own opinion. But then in our IB classes, we tend to focus more on different types. So the younger students, they're focusing on writing different things like emails, writing persuasive speeches, things like that. The older students, they're writing short stories at the moment, which they find difficult to begin with. But once we break down a few different examples, we're doing Lamb to the Slaughter at the moment, which they really enjoy, even though they say they don't.
No, I heard those students really enjoyed that
Yes.
class. I heard from excellent feedbacks. Yeah, those students told me they really enjoy it.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
So they're learning quickly. They do one essay in about 6 weeks. So they're doing articles next, the second part of this term, which
Right.
they will really focus their research skills. So writing is a huge important part of the program at KNS, and they focus 50%, maybe 40 to 50% of their studies on writing.
Wow.
Their output greatly increases from the beginning of semester to the end of semester.
Oh, thank you. I'm sure writing helps them actually improve their thinking skills as well as their logical connection to different ideas. And it helps actually with your emphasis on research. That must really, really greatly help them improve and develop their skills.
Oh, completely, yes, because they can only learn so much. They need to be showing me their own opinion and showing everybody their own opinion. At that point, that becomes a really important skill in life and after studying English, because their opinion on what they write and what they learn is the most important.
Right, thank you. That is such an excellent point. I know that students are having a difficult time actually improving their literacy skills, but not only that, I think it's really important to help them develop as a mature adult being who can logically actually develop their ideas and support their arguments in a very strong, consistent manner. Thank you for your kind and thorough explanation. I really enjoyed our talks. Thank you so much, Kiva teacher. 감사합니다.